And like I said, halfway through the video, I'm sitting there crying like a baby. So it's I needed that. I needed that. And with that, we're not going to let these people bother us tonight. I'm not going to let their hateful comments bother me because that's what's been on my mind a lot, guys. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to beat around the bush about it. Um, what they were saying and everything, it hurt my feelings really bad. It hurt me to my soul. And they knew it, and they kept on doing it. But we're going to get past that, and we'll keep on walking forwards. That's what we got to do, guys. All of us through anything we're going through in life, guys, we just got to keep walking forwards. You know. Hey, hippie, how are you doing? Now I'm sitting over here in the chair. Head's not hurting nowhere near as bad as it was when I got off the live a while ago. I got Juju in my lap. Hippie, it wore out. Yep, I get that. Stressed. Angela's not feeling too good today. She's just, her health's up and down, up and down. Um, so we're dealing with that today, and then dealing with trying to come up with the money for the room, and um, dealing with only one of us tonight is going to have supper, and it's not going to be much of a supper. So we just got a lot on us. Um, so yeah, that's where all that's at. Penelope, we have enough to make one bologna sandwich, and we'll make sure Angela eats tonight, and it's going to be. That's it. I hate that, Lisa. There's enough for one, and I want to make sure she eats it. I'm not going to try to split a sandwich with her on that. Just a couple pieces of bologna and some bread. I want to make sure she has it and has something on her stomach. So right now we've really got to. Our main focus is the room. Um, Mm, I hate to hear that, Lisa. That's. We never know, guys. We never know. You know, guys. If anybody could help us with anything towards the hotel room, we've got 290 before that's covered. You know, it's a big mountain to climb. But we're gonna try to stay in better spirits. I'm just, I'm trying to, um, I'm trying to remember to stay in the Word and to move forward in the Word and not dwell on everything. It's hard to do that when you're sitting here facing going to be homeless and you're sitting here and you're hungry, and it's just, 290 to cover the room is what we got left. We've got $50 to go towards the room, and we need 290 more. So we definitely need all the help we can possibly get, guys. There's no sense in coming here and just being rude to other guys. If that's all you're going to do, just go on by. Go spend some time being nice to somebody. Go spend some time with your family. If only you're coming on here is just to be rude, why? Hey, great balls of fire. Just chill out right there, Bean. Uh, you're right, Lisa. It is. It seems like that's all it is nowadays. Like, how rude can we be to somebody? A little bean in my lap. Little Juju's up here with me. Yeah. Well, lay down. You're okay. You don't need rubbing 24 hours a day. You need your eyes cleaned out, maybe. Yeah, I'll get your eyes. So Earlier. Got your eyes crusty again. They're not crusty. She just gets that little stuff up in the corner. But she likes for me to clean them out after she wakes up from a nap. I am not in the creators rewards. I have no clue how to get in that either. I filled out a few things for it. Excuse me, guys. That yawn just came out in the middle of a word. I filled out a few things for it, but I never could get it. So I think you actually got to have 10,000 people to do it. I may be wrong on that. I'm sure if I am, I'll be corrected. I'm getting sleepy, guys. It's 6:40. I'm getting sleepy. I'm not 100% sure either how it works. I've just kind of looked into it. Seems like at one point it said it 10,000 followers before you could get it. I'm just slightly under 10,000. I think we're still at 9,100. Guys, if anybody here could help us out with anything going towards this hotel room, it would absolutely save the day if anybody could help us out. So, hey, Renee. Lexi Ann, didn't I answer that to you earlier? I may not have, but I could have swore it was you that asked me that earlier in the last live I did today. And, okay. Can I sell Angela's makeup? Yeah, I'll sell a bunch of used makeup from the Dollar Tree and get a couple bucks. Would you buy used makeup from somebody? Not all of our makeup is Jeffree Star, guys. Lexi and I got the spare put on it, and that's as far as I've gotten. I haven't got a new tire for it yet. And even the Jeffree Star she's got was on a clearance deal for $1 a pallet. The little square thing. I don't know if it's called a pallet or not. A little single eyeshadow. Casey Abel, just a mom, wife, and trying to live life to the fullest. I guess living life to the fullest is coming into some random person's um, live to be rude. So, Casey Ann, go spend some time with your husband and your children and live life to the fullest. Penelope, she was doing makeup tutorials and stuff on here at one time, and she loved doing that. She still does, but she can't do it on here anymore. And I guarantee you, we can go through her makeup. She has a lot of makeup that she's accumulated over time. It's not like she went out and bought all of it at one time. And she might have what $30 invested in it. You know, buying stuff from the Dollar Tree, buying when Jeffree Star had the little single eyeshadow palette things for $1 back last year, buying those. You know, but it's like, here's the thing about it though: if she had a bunch of it over there and it was worth a lot of money, she could sell it. She would do it to help us out in a heartbeat. But not too many women are going to buy half used makeup from somebody else, especially something from the Dollar Tree. So it just blows my mind. No, Renee, tonight I don't have anything to eat, so dinner is not going to happen for me tonight. So and everything that we have and everything that we get is going towards keeping the room. So it's that's the main thing is keeping the room, and then if Bobby Joe, that's the first thing I seen from you, so I would say yes. Thank you for the heart me uh, taco takabaka takabaka. Thank you about for the gift. That is one of our goals up there. Is that hey Pappy, I'm not doing good at all today, guy. I just not doing good at all. She's feeling pretty rough today. She had a rough time last night, and she's just been kind of relaxing today. Um, man, this the stress of not keeping the room, the stress of I'm not eating tonight. Thank you, Pappy, for the gifts. Thank you, everybody, for the gifts and the heart me. Thank you, Takabaka. Um, So that's kind of our night. I've got enough. There's enough there to make her a bologna sandwich, and then that's pretty well it. And then thank you for the gifts. Appreciate every gift. And yeah, like I said, everything else is going towards everything's going towards the room. Thank you for the roses. Hey, that's a start. We got 12 roses to start the run to 25,000. Bean baby, if you want to sit up in my lap, you gotta stay still. Get comfortable, but you can't do circles. Now you're gonna fall in the hole right there and be stuck. Fur babies, you gotta love them. You're in the hole, ain't you? Put it 4-wheel drive. There you go. Going up there with mama. He thought I was talking to Angela at first. I got Juju up here in my lap. Oh, sorry, baby. I told you was going to get stuck. Come here. Come here. You okay? You okay? Okay. I told you was going to get stuck right there. You little plumber. You didn't listen to me and I got your foot, didn't I? I'm sorry. She got herself kind of behind me. And when I spun around to get her, I caught her little foot. Actually, we can eat peanut butter and jelly if we had peanut butter and jelly and bread. So you ask the question, and so yeah, I told her she was going in the wrong spot. Now she's over there looking at me, mad at me. Carrie, you snuck in on me. Thank you, Takabaka82, for all the roses and the gifts. Appreciate that. Oh, you're fine. I was just getting ready to go block somebody, and I seen you blocked them. I was just like, hey, she's in here. Yeah, she's mad at me now. She's not. It didn't hurt her. It just she's dramatic. Um, let me tell you why I say she's dramatic, because she was Angela's grandmother's dog. I'm gonna tell y'all a cute little story about her. What she would do is, and she does it to us. Hey, Foxy. She used to walk behind Granny in her walker, and then let out that to make Granny think that she hit her. Then Granny would feel bad and give her a treat. So it took us a while to realize that she's nowhere close to us when she does the sound. She's just wanting you to feel sorry for her and give her a treat. But now she is going blind in one eye, and she is bad about now. She'll get startled real easy. If you're coming on her right side, she'll get startled. um, and she's bad about running into stuff. She likes to walk up underneath the bed, and she runs into the little bracing bar there on the side of the bed, the bed frame. She's something else. I wouldn't trade her for anything though. Hippie, we didn't actually have her. She was a family dog. It was everybody around loved her. We had an Ellie Mae. She was just Ellie, but everybody called her Ellie Mae. She was the best dog ever. Um, she was more Angela's younger brother's dog than anybody, but she loved everybody. And she just sweetest thing ever. Only bit one person. Remember that? They came in aggravating Addison, acting like they was hitting Addison, and Ellie came out of nowhere and got him. I didn't even see the last name Hippie. A little bit. A little bit was my little Chewini or our little Chewini, but she was my road dog now. She was a little bit was to me as Juju is to you. Like I could take a little bit outside with no collar and walk around and never worry. But she just stuck with me. All right. Well, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for stopping by. So I'm not even going to address that because the name's not right. So, guys, if anybody can help us with anything, guys, we're stuck at $50. We're trying to get the room covered. Um, we desperately need some help, guys. The room's the most important, and we'll worry about food later. Yeah, for real. I mean, they've been on me all day long, so I'm on here because of kind of a necessity. They're on here because they want to be. I would have rather spent my Sundays. I mean, listen, I would much rather spend my Sunday, and I hope this is coming one day down the road, watching movies, spending time with Angela, fixing something to eat, enjoying a cigar down the road. I sure wouldn't be on here doing something as irrelevant as being in an awareness group. And I've said this once, and I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it 100 more times. Some of these people have fantastic skills about finding people because they can track someone down in a heartbeat. I would rather know that I use those skills to help a missing child come home, to help a someone who has been trafficked come home, to catch someone who's done a heinous crime get brought to justice. I would rather do that than sit here and worry about some guy who borrowed $80 from somebody and didn't pay it back right. 80, 80. But now the coverage of Guardians of Valor who stole, they proved $2,000 from a woman because she came on and proved it. The other people wouldn't come up and say how much he took from them. But now that only lasted a few days because they had to cover their butts because they was riding with the guy. So where's his no, he's back on the app now. Or he was anyway. But where's the follow up to that? He left the app and he got left alone. He left the app and they could say that, hey, we did that. Pat us on the back. But no, they covered them for about a week and they only covered them long enough to cover their own butts to make it look like they didn't do anything wrong, which they didn't. They didn't take the money from the people, so they didn't. They was just, you know, but they covered because he got on here and said, "Hey, I'll get rid of Tim and Angelo," and they jumped all over it. And then when his past came out, I'm still answering for things that happened a year ago, last July. Just answered all that back again. This guy stole from women on here and spent a week being the hot topic. How come he ain't being pressed more? Thousands versus 80. And I've never once admitted that I handled it right. I didn't. I've always said I didn't handle it right. But yet I don't have any accountability for what I do. I get told I don't have accountability from people who wreck people's lives on here and think it's funny, and they hold no accountability for what they do. Let me take a second, get myself spun back around. I'm not getting on this again. It's hard not to. I get aggravated, I get mad about it, and I get fired up, and I want to address it. But and I've made the offer. Hey, it's out there tonight, guys. Out there, 350, 350. Drop it in the CA, I'm gone. Thank you, Pappy. I appreciate that. That's how I was always taught. You hold accountable for yourself. You know, when everything came out with barring the $80 and not paying it back right, I held 100% accountability. I had an awareness girl come in my live. I can't remember her name at this time. It was a woman, not a girl. Let me correct it. She's a full grown woman. Talk to me in the live. And then after getting your side of the story, I understand it. Setting my live that night for over an hour, encouraging people to help us. And then had people sending her money that she spent on a grocery order for us. She spent every dime of it on the grocery order. She proved it. She was like, "Hey, they sent me 95. The order cost me 92 and some change." She spent the money on it. And then the next day, the very next day, used all that against me. So, you need a drink? That's all I got left. Judy is not going very good. Yeah, I'll share it with you, but it's all I got left in drink wise. You know, that's the type of stuff that, okay, Carrie, that's the type of stuff that I deal with on here all the time. And guys, if I would love to just get on here and talk wrestling with you guys and tell old stories and things that I've seen and things that I've done. And I will be drinking water. I never thought about that. I can drink water from the tap. It's just the last of the actual drink that I've got, and I want to save it for as long as I can. But she needed a drink, so I gave her a drink. Oh, that sounds like a good night, Judy. See, that's what Sundays are supposed to be for. I'd love to just get on this app and talk and have fun and cut up and see if we can get 25,000 roses. You know, because Lord, even doing that would help us. It would. It would help us financially to see if I got on here a few days a week and we try to reach a 25,000 rose gold and we got it up there kind of high. Even if we didn't reach it, you know how much that would help us out. And that's what we've been told to do by these same awareness people who get on here when I start doing stuff like that and say, I'm begging. He's begging for gifts. Bobby Joe, I've got some stuff that's going on medical wise. Well, I don't. There's some medical stuff going on in our family here, me and my wife. And we're having to take care of that, and it's killing me financial wise. Um, and it is a very important, got to pay up front type thing. And so that's what's that's what's draining me the last few weeks is get a check and then it barely covers one test, so so that's the situation. We're desperately needing some help with the room, basically room, food, and everything. But the room's the one that's taken, you know, front seat. Judy, you are very lucky with that. You're welcome, Bobby. You're not new here. I've seen your name and your picture several lives. So you're not new here. So, and you've had conversations where you started new here, How much can you be new here? But to answer the question, I cannot donate plasma. I'm on some meds that does not allow me to donate plasma. But stop with the I'm new here stuff when you've been in the last 4 or 5 lives. There you are. Especially with the name, like if I'm catching the name, like it's the same name and same picture that's asked questions before. You know, yeah, I never when I'm scrolling through stuff and I decide to comment on somebody's live, I never go, "Hey, I'm new here." I never just say I'm new here. It's like it's almost like they tell off on ourselves. It's like, and they keep saying like every time they come in here, I'm new here. Which that's just going to be the thing. You know, if I truly wanted to listen to know someone's story or something, I might, hey, I haven't been around long, don't know your story. What is it? But I would have sit here and listen for a little while and see if the story's getting told. And if it's not, if I was that curious, I might ask. But, I'm not going to come in here 5 times and say I'm new every time. Well, I haven't been on the app for 2 years. I haven't been able to go live for 2 years, and I have asked for money though. I've asked for help quite a bit when I need help. So, you know, completely understand that everybody's struggling. No, I haven't been on the app for 2 years. So I know how long I've been on the app. It's getting close to 2 years, but I haven't been on for 2 years. Yeah. I mean, if you watch me for 2 years and you haven't figured out how not to watch me, yeah, that's fine. I'm not a scammer. Sally Joe, I have no clue. See, that's what's always thrown me for a loop with the whole thing, calling us a scammer and everything. It's like, oh, he's a scammer. How? It's because I asked for help. I'm a scammer. No, that's not it. It's because you tell people things to get money. I'm telling y'all, I don't have the money for the hotel, and we're going to be living in our car if we don't get it. And right now, living in the car is not an option that we can even start to think about because of her health. And but if I get on here and I'm like, hey guys, I need this for the hotel, it's going for the hotel. I can change it for you, Matt. It does. No, you know what? I'm not just going to lie. It does change, Matt. It does, and it has a few times in the past. But right now we're struggling, and I'm hoping to find a second job and change everything, complete going in the right direction. And then when I'm not paying for medical tests and I've got a second job, then I am working, Judy. Nobody said I wasn't working. I said I'm looking for a second job. If I didn't have the first job, it wouldn't be a second job. See, I love the whole thing. You're on here every single day, but I'm not on here every single day. Where's the proof that I don't work? Because somebody told you. Don't care, beach lover. I'm working, but people are saying we know for a fact that he's not. I'm done answered that question, and I'm not arguing with trolls. I don't care that anybody's streaming me. I don't. They do. I know they're streaming me because my number's at 142. That one can go to. Beach Lover 68 can go to. I mean, somebody just buy me out. Somebody just give me 350. I'll delete my account. Hey, Jenny, there's enough people watching that. Hey, all y'all people watching me on from the creator side over there, y'all could all put $1 in, or from the streamers, not the creators. Y'all could all probably put $1 or $2 in each, and come up with that and get rid of me. Then you wouldn't have to worry about me anymore. Nobody would have to worry about seeing my face coming on here and taking time out of their day to stream me. Um, oh, if you're commenting in here, you're definitely watching from right here. So I know you're not watching from other creators. But so yeah, I would definitely know that. We're needing 290 for the room to finish up paying our hotel room. Matt, listen, somebody gives me 350, I'm done. Wouldn't come back to this app for nothing. Delete it off my phone, be done with it. Yeah, Casey, because nobody paid the price for me to be gone. So ain't no BS on my end. I do have Cash App, and it's not Bumblebee. And listen, if you had the thought that you was going to help, I ask you to sit in here and just get to know me. Get to know my side. Get to know me instead of taking someone else's word on how I am. Because I guarantee you right now, I could have 10 people in this room send you messages and tell you exactly uh, the opposite of what they said. So I ask you that if you was going to help and you decided not to help because someone has sent messages, just sit in here for a few minutes, make your own judgment. Hey, Storm, why does your profile picture change for when I click on your thing to that? Contessa? Wasn't that the same name that I got right last night in a live? Because they said they was going to help me, and then they said, "Oh, never mind." Matilda said not to because I don't get names right very often. And I remember getting a name like that right. Bumblebee, would you like to ask any questions to cast your judgment? Can you go live and people can't share it? Thank you, Love My Life, for the gifts. Appreciate that. Appreciate all gifts. Nobody has to send any gifts to stay in here. You don't have to send money to stay in here. We can stay here. We talk a lot, guys. Contessa, I know you was the one that hit me with the same scenario. It was $50. It was on CA. I sent you the CA, and you came right back with, "Never mind. Matilda told me not to." Because I remember getting the name right. It's the same amount you was offering last night. So, you know, you can always make other accounts. All right, prove me wrong. What do I got to lose? What do I got to lose? If I'm wrong, I will apologize. There you go. Hey, prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, I will sit here and publicly apologize to you in front of all 150 other people in the chat. No, I'm not losing my dignity. See, that's just the thing, Pappy. They've already got it, so I don't know why they do that. If that wasn't you, then I apologize. But I've tagged you in the CA. If you was going to help, there it is. I appreciate the help if you're going to, and I would apologize. Yeah, I deal with so many trolls in here. I've made mistakes on here and thought people was trolls, and they wasn't. And one that I'm forever grateful that I thought was a troll, and somebody stopped me and they went, "No, he's a good guy." That's Eli. Eli popped into our lives one night, and I thought he was trolling the mess out of me, and I was getting ready to block him. And somebody messaged me and they said, "Eli's a good person. Don't know what he can do for you, but he's a good person." So, and I apologized that night. So, but Contessa, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Thank you, Love My Life, for double tapping the screen, guys. Anybody double tapping the screen, thank you for that. Thank, thank y'all for the gifts. Um, appreciate any gifts. You don't have to send a gift. You don't have to double tap. You don't have to send any financial help to be in the chat. You can just hang out. We can talk. Uh, um, we do have a good little community amongst the ones who actually come on here to not troll. We do have a good group of people in here. We pray for each other. We lift each other up. We listen to each other when we're down. So thank you, Christy, for the follow. Cute little fur baby in the picture. Oh, Lord. They got an unstable connection, so I'm hoping y'all can still hear me. Hey, Hannah. Oh, little buddy. Your little fur baby. Kind of, everybody kind of looks like Susie, but his name's Buddy. All right, I wish this connection would have straightened itself out. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Give me some thumbs up if y'all can hear me. Last thing I seen somebody say was Hannah said hello. I said hello back, but I don't know if they heard me. All right, Greg. All right. Candy, Shell Bell. All right. When I get that unstable connection, I never know. Um, and I'll be on here just talking away, and even when I was showing videos, it's like I would just be on here showing the video, talking, and couldn't hear me until after it popped back on. So, all right, loud and clear, guys. Thank you all for the thumbs up there. Hannah, tonight's been it's been a hell of a night, weekend, a week, a month, a year. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep it going. It's been Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. All gifts are welcomed. Everything is running slow for me on here. I can't even pull up to see the gift changes and pretty bad night. She's just we're sitting here again short on the hotel room again because of some stuff, and it's just been this week has kicked me in the head. I probably shouldn't say it that way. I'll probably get violated for saying it that way. It's been a rough week. Well, I tell you that I'm sitting here. I tell you, I am more emotionally drained than anything. Um, I've had my mental state pushed to the limit on this app this weekend. I've been trying to find other ways to come up with the money to keep the being on this app, and I'm coming up with nothing. What's going on now? It's not one of the lampoon. Cleveland? Is there a movie named Cleveland? Sorry, I got completely distracted. TV's on, but of course, we got it turned down. Got Charlie Sheen in it. Thank you so much for that. I won't say any names out unless you're fine with saying that. If you want to step up and say you did that, I will. But somebody just sent us $10 more. So that's how we chip away at it, guys. That's how we chip away. Um, so it puts us to 280 for the room, and then that's the big one right there. The room. I'm just trying to solve one problem at a time. Hey, I finally got my good connection back. So I hope I'm not froze. Hope everybody heard all that. Okay. So I definitely want to say thank you to the person who sent 10. Um, Thank you for that suggestion, Debbie. Um, so that puts us up to having 60. Puts us still a long ways from the room, but if a few more people would just help chip it down, guys, that's. I'm not asking anybody to come in here and one person send it all. It would be amazing if that happened, but I understand. That's. Oh, I know what this is. I'm sorry. It took me a minute to realize what the movie was, and then when it hit me, I was just like, "Hey, um, Major League." Um, so, but I do appreciate everybody who has sent, everybody who's helped. I'm not going to sit here and I don't expect anybody to, like I said, come in here and just drop 280 out. Um, but if a bunch of y'all could get together and throw anything out there, I hate even saying it that way, but it's we can chip away at it with some help, guys. Yeah, and if you can't send anything, that's fine. I'm not asking someone who can't send something to send. I don't want anybody to put themselves in a bad spot to send to me. You know, if it's your gas money, don't send it. If it's your food money, don't send it. You know, but some people can. Some people have an extra $10, $15 they can send. Some people have extra five. Some people have a couple extra bucks they're not going to use and they can send. Some people don't. And I don't want anybody who is it's going to put themselves in a bad spot to do it. Hey Roadkill, how are you doing today? So if it's going to put you in any kind of financial situation, don't send. Don't do it. You can't do it. Don't do it. Don't sit there and stress about I wish I could, but I can't. You know, you can close the lines up. Well, man, Tuss, she's not feeling all that great. She's had a pretty rough time. Hey, Reaper's Reflection, how are you doing? That's good. It's good to hear. Tuss says hello and she hopes you feel better. She waved. Any other time, a husband would be ecstatic that his wife can't talk much, but I wish she could talk a little bit more today. Yeah, you can ask the question, but you also got to remember, don't be rude. And just because you ask the question does not mean you get an answer. I have the right to refuse to answer any questions. I have the right to remain silent. Anything that I say can and will be held against me in awareness. I have the right to an attorney, but I'm broke and can't afford one. Sorry, guys. I don't know where that came from. That's fine. Like I said, that's the I do Reaper. Yeah, I couldn't remember the rest of it. If you cannot afford one, you'll be issued a public defender from the TikTok streets. Major League. Remember, I used to make Skylar so mad about that. I'd be like, man, what's the name of that Charlie Sheen movie where he's playing baseball? He'd be like, Major League. I'm like, oh, no, it's called, what is it? Wild Thing. He gets so mad about that. Reapers, yes, I have. When we first got into the hotel situation, we applied for public housing. We are still on the list for that. We've applied with West Tennessee Homeless Solution. Never got any help with that. We was getting EBT, but now I make too much money to get them anymore. My wife has filed for disability a few times and been turned down. And um, in between dealing with everything else that we're dealing with now, we're trying to figure out how to get an attorney, get to them, get everything going, um, and for her to reapply for it again. So I moved out of Dyersburg doesn't mean I'm not on the list for housing. They can always call me back and be like, "Hey, we've got housing here," uh, and we would move back. Hey, Leanne, how are you doing? I don't know if Bumblebee is still in here or not. I hope Bumblebee made her own decision, whether it was to help or not, whether she liked us or not. I just hope at the end of it, she made her own decision and just didn't blindly listen to someone's opinion about us and decided that's it. She did appeal her second disability denial, and then she refiled for the third and got turned down. And this time, she's going to go back with an attorney. Got all over here for that. I did not know that, and I appreciate that piece of information. That's crazy, Lynn. But now listen, because of what some other people say on here, that didn't happen. And they got theirs within months, and so everybody else who says that's lying. That was a comment earlier today in the live. The girl said, "I got mine in 3 months," and if you say it took you 4 or 5 times, you're lying. I was just like, said that to somebody else in the live. Food banks in my area right now are depleted. I have been checking around for that. It's crazy how it's crazy how hard it is for people to get disability. The air conditioner must have came on. It got cool in here. I say that's crazy though, MJ. That shouldn't be that scenario. Completely get that. We couldn't live on disability alone, but if she had disability matched with what I can make, it would help. It would help a lot. We do not have medical insurance. Storm, you was lucky. You was ever lucky or not lucky? I guess saying you're lucky you got it the first time, but you might have something wrong with you so much that they was just like, ooh, yes, you know. Well, I'm about to have insurance through my work. I've applied for state funded insurance, and what is the Medicare, whatever it is you can get if you're unemployed and don't have 10 care, whatever it is. Been turned down for that. Was having to get it through the Obamacare, and just couldn't afford the payments because I'm struggling with everything else. So when it comes available through work, I'll be purchasing it through work. Really? That's crazy. MJ, I don't know what I have to pay for through that. I just can't afford right now. It's like we've had insurance in the past, you know. So I carried insurance for a year through NSK. We always usually end up in this debate every night. Somebody always usually bottlenecks the live into insurance and resources. Y'all do a very good job of bottlenecking the live into that. When I say y'all, I don't mean my normal people in here talking. I won't clear that up. I'm talking about trolls and awareness. They all do a very good job of bottlenecking and controlling lives. Y'all do. Y'all do. Just a girl and her pity. Somebody else would have to answer that question because I'm not 100% sure. Nope, man, MJ, I've been very, very upfront, open, and vocal about not having insurance. We've used discount pharmacy cards when we've had to get meds from the pharmacy. We've been blessed up until this point with my meds that we was going to the Dyer County Health Department and we was getting our meds there. I'd go see my doctor. They had a pharmacy on there and they would give me my meds. This time I'm in between doctors. I'm out of meds and can't get a prescription sent in. Kimberly, I'm not for sure what you're talking about. Oh, I answered your question. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I answered your question. I just can't afford it. I can't afford to go out and get insurance through a third party right now because it's taking everything I got to stay afloat, and I'm not staying afloat. That's the problem. There's no extra money there to go get insurance. Okay, hold on a minute. Chatty Cathy, that's legit what we was just talking about. I can't get insurance for Medicaid and stuff. Uh, Linda, I'm trying to decipher that last message. Maybe it's me and I just can't read it straight. Because I tell you, I've misread a few things today. And I think I've seen your name, Chatty Cathy, but I think I've seen it from somebody else because the profile pic isn't matching up in my head what the other one was. So I might be thinking that you was the other Chatty Cathy that comes in here and had you confused with somebody else. If I did, I'm sorry. Thank you, Bada Boss, for the rose. Linda, I will respond back to that last one, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to. I think there was a word put in there. I get that. I was just trying to. I was trying to make sure, like, I was trying to figure it out to answer you there for a second, and I'll tell you, I've been reading stuff wrong all day. I've been seeing stuff wrong. So, Shelby, are you in here? Shelby, can you watch the door? I have to use the restroom. Carrie had to tap out. She's not feeling very well tonight. Okay, awesome, awesome. I will be right back. Whew. All right, guys. Sorry about that. At least I'll put you on mute and didn't. I got to thinking I could just mute it and take the phone with me. Somebody was shared it a bunch of times, and I got them. I stopped them. I went ahead and blocked them. I must have got that one before you seen it. What's going on, Kiwi Blazing? Hey, Kelly. It did, Storm. Paperwork is filed. Hey, Tommy. How you doing tonight, Kiwi and Tommy? How y'all two doing? I've been better. I've been better. No, I'm off tomorrow. Just to answer that question. So maybe y'all, you know, Sundays and Mondays, off days. Tommy, I'm about taking it an hour by hour. So how my life's going. Guys, if anybody can help us with anything going towards the hotel room, we've got $60. We're still a long ways off from it. We need a lot of help from you guys tonight. It's 340 altogether. We have $60 of it. That leaves 280. I had to do the math in my head then before I could say the number. Uh, that leaves 280 just to cover the room, and then we'll worry about our other problems after that problem. Okay. Huh? Y'all hang on 1 second. No, just off Sunday, Monday. I don't know if y'all know how jobs work. There's different times that people work. I don't know if y'all are aware of that. These people who just keep accusing of everything. There are different times to work in different places. So Shelby, I think we got to that one about the same time. You see, Friday and Saturday, I went in and worked with the first shift crew. Hence why I didn't get on until after 2 o'clock. Um, even Shelby, I'm glad you're here because Shelby messaged me. What was it, yesterday? Maybe. Hey, are you getting on today? And I said, yeah, it'd be 2-ish, because I knew we were supposed to roll out at 2 o'clock, but it could have been a little bit later. Could have been a little bit earlier, just determined on when we ran out of material. And we did the same thing Saturday. And Sunday and Monday is my normal days off. So it's kind of like Um, Jobs have different times that you go to work. So, but y'all tell me what time y'all think I should be at work. Y'all tell me what time. Eh, Preach. What time do you guys work? That's in here always trolling. That's the question I'm gonna start asking. One day when I can, I'm gonna get up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna start a live. Thank you, Pappy. I'm gonna start a live, and I'm gonna run that live all the way to midnight, and just to see how many freaking and how long these awareness people get on here and troll me. Exactly, Jennifer. I mean, but works have different hours, and it's like they don't. It's like they don't want to. It's like, okay, if I'm on and they think I should be working, oh, you ain't working. Yeah. Well, Pappy, they had to make me lose my job at Harbor Freight because they took a dip in their income, and that's a fact. Because we was getting on pretty regular. Yeah, well, see, that's two different schedules there. It is. It's never ending with them. And the only way that they haven't caused me any problems yet with this one is because they don't know where I'm working. And because they don't know where I'm working, they tell me I'm not working. Nope, nobody said I called in sick. I said it was a very difficult and trying week. Happy does 2 to 10. Morgan does 6:30 to 5, Monday through Thursday. It's 3-day weekends. That's the schedule right there. I worked Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, my normal shift, running slow on materials. They took volunteers to run a Friday, took volunteers to run Saturday because it was running slow on material. We didn't run over, couldn't run over. We had to run exactly what we got. Exactly. Convenience store hours changed. Even when I was at Harbor Freight, they was just like, I'd get on like a Tuesday and they, oh, you're not working today. You don't have a job. Right after they posted a picture of me inside the store working. And I'm like, it's a freaking retail job. I never had the same off days there. I never really worked the same shifts there, except for I think it was I'd close on Saturdays and open on Sundays every weekend. That always sucked. But luckily on Saturdays they closed at 8 and didn't open till 10 on Sundays. So there's plenty of time to get some rest there for normal people who sleep. But it's like if I'm heaven forbid I work hours that doesn't comply to what awareness thinks I should be working. And it's kind of to the point to where right now, I think the only thing that would convince them that I was working is something of me inside where I work showing them me working. But I'm not doing that. Not doing that at all. So I learned my lesson the hard way on that one, guys. Well, some of them are because they make money. They make enough money off the app where they don't have to work. They can sit there and be like, "Oh, this one's on at 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh, this one's on at 4 in the afternoon. Oh, this one's on at 8 at night," and they can cover them at any time of the day because TikTok is their paycheck. So they can do that because they're making. Listen, if and I always go back to top four ways because I know exactly what she's pulling in. Not exactly, but I know the pay gap. If I'm making her low end $1,200 a week to sit at home and stream people and talk about them, then there's no reason for me to go to work until that money runs out. Until and who knows, it might not ever run out on TikTok for them. And I'm definitely not going to get up and go work a normal job if I can stay home and make $1,800 a week like she has on some of her high weeks. You know, it is. I think I'm developing a nervous twitch. My leg does not stop shaking now when I'm on. But it's just, I see exactly why they're on like that because they're making their money that way. My friend on here makes his living that way, but he's not an awareness guy. He's just a fun creator. He likes to do battles, but at this point, he told me, he said, man, he said I used to be able to go on every day. He said I start at 4, I end at 8, and he said, man, I'd make anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 in that time frame. And he said I'd do that 5 days a week. He said I had a schedule. Everybody knew my schedule. And man, he said I was pulling down 25,000, 30,000 a month. And he showed me the proof of that. So he's sitting there and he's like, man, he's like, that's what I was making back then. He's like, and unfortunately, he's let that money dictate his bills now. But now he gets on early in the morning, and he's on all day long. The only time he's not on is when he's driving or using the bathroom. And I mean, the phone goes with him to the gym. The phone goes with him to where he goes out to eat. And he makes altogether in a week, he'll make a few $1,000s. On a good week, on a low week, he makes about $1,000. Happy, go to tickleap.com. There's people making 10 grand a day on TikTok. Yeah, and I'm happy for the guy. I'm happy he makes his living that way, but it's like now he's like, man, he's like, it's getting bad. He's like, because he's like, man, I'm 6 days a week on here, and from 7 in the morning till midnight, trying to make money. He went from making 3 grand in a 4 hour period to making 3 grand for the month or for the whole week. I should say, not the month. You know, uh, he showed me his best year last year was $192,000 on nothing but TikTok. But then when 192 gets cut down to 60, and you've got all your bills and stuff based on that 192, Retha, not all that great. Not all that great. Yeah, you've got to have quite a few. I think he's got like 80,000 followers, and he does that on there. Does it irritate y'all? I call him Pappy instead of Pawpaw. Apparently, it does. So I'll keep calling him whatever I'm calling him. So I'll just keep. I'll call you. I'll call you. Just listen. If I starts with a P, it's you. Starts with a P, it's you. Pappy, Pawpaw, Padizzle. Awareness. The offer's still out there. 350 to CA tonight, and I walk. Y'all want to do it? Rita, we've been dealing with some health issues with Angela, and that's been killing funds and just having a hard time paying the hotel room these past few weeks. Don't know if we're going to get it paid this week. Be honest with you, and her health cannot. We can't go back to the car with her health. It's there's some big money to be made on TikTok, but it's takes a lot of time to make that big money. So, and he didn't start off that way. He had to build his stuff up. He just a local boy. Who just built his page up. They do, Daddy's girl. I'm not denying that at all. My buddy puts a lot of time and effort into what he's making now. He used to didn't have to put that much time and effort into it, but now he's just 15-hour day. Tusk, I have no clue. I don't have a clue. I don't know. She can't stay with anybody. There's nobody around us for one. You know, if we end up back in the car, her health right now will put her back in the hospital. So she won't make it 2 or 3 days in the car without. So that's why I need all the help I can get, guys. All the help I can get. She found a pack of ramen noodles that she's going to make to go with her bologna sandwich. So here's a deal for your awareness. Send 200 and no, this is making it even three. I like the three. It sounds better. You send $300 to my CA in the next 30 minutes, And I'll admit to whatever story y'all want me to admit to. I'll make a full video talking about it. Whatever y'all want me to say. Happy from my point of view, from what we went through, it's not worth it. That got me. Takes care of a flea. That was that autocorrect got me. It was such a sweet little thing you was writing, and then at the end, the autocorrect changes it to "I'll take care of a flea." It autocorrected your name to flea. I appreciate the kind words, though. I really do. I needed that. I really did. Yeah, it's like anything else. It comes with its could be good, could be bad type things. Papa. Why does it a papa? Thank you, a papa. Oh, Pepe. Mine does too. Yeah, building something up on here takes a lot of time. It really does. Some days I look back and I wish I never would have found what this app is. Y'all hang on 1 minute. Let me mute y'all. Okay, guys, I'm back. Lord, ain't nothing wrong with some bologna or spam. Spam runs my blood pressure up, so I definitely don't need that right now. So, hold on. Let me what we never heard of. Y'all ain't never heard of the ham and cheese loaf? The little slices of ham with the cheese already made in it? I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Hey, Eli, how are you doing tonight, sir? Angela says hello. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? We needed Eli in here earlier when all the trolls was hitting hard. Now they're kind of quiet. I don't know, they might pop back in since I said he was in here. Papa. I'm so much fun with that. Was you was talking about the uh yeah, the little slices of ham with the cheese in it. Yeah, it's terrible what they did to him, man. Um, Absolutely terrible. So I've reached out to him so many times and apologized, you know, but we've been on. I've been working and unfortunately only get on when the weekends when I have some time. So, and I hate the way I have to come on because it's always needing help. And I understand that, and I know everybody's getting tired of that. I get it. I get tired of it myself. You know, but it is what it is. Yeah. Earlier, there was a bunch of trolls in here popping. That would have been up your alley, Eli. Pa pa pa. I like it when they call me Big Pa Pa. Only eat a little loaf when it's proper. Fry up some spam and eggs. What rhymes with eggs? Oh no! I dropped some on my leg. Y'all look out for that CD drop. Will come out. Big Cracker Attacker. The breakfast special. Hey, I tell you, that sounded just as good as some of this rap that's out there now. Eli, I wish they realized it was that simple. It's like getting a bunch of cartoon characters come in all of a sudden. It was weird. Um, but they don't seem to understand that. There's the first troll. I guess if they're hating me, they're leaving someone else alone, right? But guys, the CD's coming out. You can pre-order it tonight for the low price of $280. Sometimes you just got to make yourself laugh, right? Pa pa pa. Uh, you know, Big Cracker on the attacker. Put all my books in a backpacker. Go outside and hop on my alpaca. Woo. Don't know about them rhymes, do you? Yeah. Iced out, riding an alpaca through the streets. Y'all, sometimes I just be stupid. Papa says, I bet Tim could get down with some dance moves. I wish she had her voice about her tonight to let y'all know how great of a dancer I am. Um, Here's the funny thing about my dancing, all of it. If my legs have a good groove, the upper body is still in focused. If the upper body catches a groove, legs ain't going nowhere. And for some reason, no control of my face the whole time I'm dancing. I'm the opposite of Joey Bro. They call me Timmy No. Yeah, I keep rapping for y'all unless y'all send me money. Christmas is my favorite time of the year because I get to rap all the time. I'm a gangster on these TikTok streets. Well, I grew up not wanting to be a rapper. Grew up wanting to be a metalhead. I succeeded in that. But anyway, if anybody, guys, I know we're cutting up and having a little bit of fun, but the focus of everything is if Janae said she'll pole dance for the blind and I rap for the deaf. Well, Eli, I could definitely do that already because I tell you right now, it's been horrible the last few days, um, and it's been horrible for a lot of other people that are just trying to uh, just be nice, come on and talk. Well, you know they attacked you for helping. You know, uh, we're sitting here tonight needing help. That's why we're on live because we're still extremely short on the room, and it sucks. And I'm not for sure exactly what we're going to do. Her health, we can't really go back to the car. So, yeah, unless we get help with anything going towards it, we come up with $280 more is what we're short. Like it is. And I understand people are struggling and tapped out, and the ones that have helped, I really appreciate it. The ones that have come through and just, hey, well, I can pray for you, and that's all. I appreciate that 100%. The ones that's come by and just said something nice, sent a few gifts that they had, just laying around on TikTok. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything, guys. Um, yeah, 280 short for the room. And here's the crazy thing about this. Wednesday, we're going to get a payout of about $12. While the people who are streaming us, making fun of us, and everything else are going to get hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I need to figure out how to make that on my streams. Honestly, the gifts and stuff that they get, I don't understand. But I can't do it. I can't come on here and stream somebody that doesn't even know I'm watching them, and then talk bad about that person just to make money. Thank you for the heart, me. So it's I don't know what we're doing this week, guys. So don't say GoFundMe and this. The other people have a field day with that. I started a GoFundMe trying to get us help, and we got so much hate because there was a GoFundMe in our name to help us get out of the situation. That one bite back. So I mean, there's a GoFundMe that I couldn't even find anymore that the trolls found it. So, but guys, if anybody can help us with anything at all going towards the room, it'd be a blessing at this point. Um, hey, Angel Eyes, how are you doing? You need some more drink? Sorry, guys. I had to help Angela do something. I'd appreciate that, man. I really would. All right, Happy. You have a good one. She ain't been able to talk good all day, but I got that burp came through loud and clear. There we go. He took too much crap for that, and I'll be the first one to say I feel horrible the amount of crap that Bishop took for that to help somebody one time. You know, is it's just ridiculous. And they do that to anybody else that publicly helps us. But I think he called it a little extra because of who he was. I think they got on there and they went, "Oh, big fish." Not saying, and I'm not saying Bishop's just this huge internet, sensation that they got, but he does a lot of help for a lot of people. He helps orphanages and he helps, you know, you need a prayer from him. Just go ask the man. Hey, can you put me in your, prayer request? Very smart man. Have a conversation with him. But none of them wanted to do that. They just seen here's someone with thousands and thousands of followers across different platforms that helped this guy. So let's rake him across the coals because that's going to make our name bigger if we shut this guy down. And shut him down for what? Being a good guy? You know, they say, well, it was educating. None of what they posted with this guy was educating him on anything. If you're going to educate someone, I don't have to do it publicly. I can message Papa, and I'm sorry, that's how I got to do it for now. I can message you and give you all the facts that you need to know about Angela's house shoes, and nobody in public would ever have to know that I did that. So it's kind of like, no, they seen an opportunity to try to make a bigger name for themselves by bullying a man of the cloth. They bullied someone. There's so many people in this chat that are just some sweet, innocent people that just got bullied, and they say it was all for educating them. Man, my math teacher taught me what 5 plus 5 was and never had to bully me to teach me anything. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Nah, saying. Yeah, there you go. They don't. They only know attack, attack, attack. If you don't see it our way, we'll attack you. It's our way or you're wrong. You know, yeah, AJ, I'm innocent on some things, but yeah, I have to agree with everybody when that was just was uncalled for. Man's been nothing but nothing but nice to me. Just like several other people that's been on here that's been nothing but nice to me, and they get treated like crap. My mods catch it left and right. Um, they showed their level of intelligence by what they can argue with. You get talking, you get speaking facts about them. They want to go back to something that was, what was that, an hour and a half ago in the conversation? What was that, a year ago in real life? I turned your sound up earlier. It's just like, oh, excuse me. I wonder, and this is a serious question. Um, if a man's on the street and he's holding a sign that says "I haven't eaten days," and somebody pulled over and put a $10 bill out the window for him to come pick it up, would some of these people doing awareness, would y'all run over there and stop that? And that's a legit question. I'm asking. You don't know jack squat about the guy getting the money. You just know what someone else in your city has said. And I've got an example out of this world for that. Would y'all do it in real life? Nobody wants to answer that question from awareness. Here's the example I'm going to use. Dyersburg, Tennessee. Look it up. Trust me. Look up a guy named Sylvester. Look that up. Sylvester is, you're never going to find another man as genuine and big hearted, kind hearted as Sylvester in Dyersburg, Tennessee. But people for years talk bad about that man because he rode his bike at night and he picked up trash off the side of the road and took it back to his house. He was a hoarder and he had a lot of dogs, and they just talked so bad about him, and nobody ever took the time to get to know the man. And then one day somebody did and posted it on Facebook about how good of a guy he was. And everybody stopped and they stopped making passing judgment on this man. And now he's one of the most beloved figures there is. But for years, because somebody else said, don't talk to him, he's He's a filthy human being. People listened to that and didn't do it because nobody made their own mind up. It took one person to go, you know what, he's a good guy. Start changing people's perspectives. So Facebook it, Google it, whatever you want to do with it. Look that story up. You'll never find anybody better than Sylvester. It's the man who'll give you the shirt off his back. Well, if Eli was on a cruise, that's his business how it was. I don't see how anybody thinks it would be anybody's business on how his cruise was if he was on a cruise. I don't know if he was on a cruise or not. So what's it anybody's business how it was to troll him like that? Shelby and Tusk, we can firmly say that there was a lot of hate in that whole situation. That it shouldn't have been. It should not have been. Bishop should have never been drug across a bed of nails like that for helping us. But it shows you that these people have no morals. Shows you just how truly scary some of these people are. Because they think they can take anybody down. And I'm giving them opportunities to prove me wrong. If they're not making money off of me, if that's not the reason to keep me around on here, and they get so happy to see me and they got their little alerts on their burner accounts and stuff about I'm online so they can run and watch my live and stream it and make money. If money's not the option, then buy me out. If you're not keeping me around so you can make money, hey, Sophia, I've been better. I've been a lot better. Trying to come up with the rest of the money for our hotel room and get that taken care of, and then on to the next problem after that. Exactly, Tuss. I mean, they sit there and act like somebody took their money and gave it to me. 280 is what we got left. $280 left for the hotel room. If anybody can help with anything, guys, it's appreciated. It's actually 340 for the week. I have 60 of it now, so that's for the whole week. And paying for the days not an option here. So, but yeah, that's for the whole week. It's 340. I've got 60 of it, and I'm trying to come up with the other 280. Yeah, well, by the day, you don't know if you're going to have the room the next day. Um, you know, somebody books the room and you don't got it paid for by the next, you can go to pay for the room and be like, well, hey, well, somebody else has booked that room. You got to get out. Yeah. And so, paying by the week secures it. It's blocked out. It's not going anywhere. So, what happened for us to be in this situation? Well, right now, the situation this week is there's been some health problems come up, and I've had to pay for them out of pocket, have some tests done, and there wasn't enough money left over to pay the room or get anything to eat. You're good, Wingo. So, but that's where that situation's at. Sophia, I hope you heard that. I answered it, but I answered it a little later than. We're not getting food stamps anymore. Emo 052 right now, she's dealing with health issues, so she can't really do a whole lot because of the health issues. She does what she can when she can. Gets up and walks around. She'll clean and stuff when she feels like it. Sophia, this week we were in this situation because I've been paying for medical stuff, the tests and stuff out of pocket. Um, and I didn't have enough money left for the room or even to buy groceries. So we're sitting here trying to figure out how to keep the room for another week, and then trying to after that we're jump on the problem um, of everything else. Wingo, the last two tests they've done to her, or three counting this one. They went, well, we think we've got it figured out. This test to determine that, and they've come back and be like, well, it wasn't that, so we need to do this test. So we're just keeping a cycle of we'll do this test, and if we think it's this, we'll do this, and if it's not, well, we'll do this. But with us not having insurance at the moment, everything's costing me out of pocket. So, Sophia, I do work. Shelby is my moderator. When I get busy answering other questions, my mods will step in and answer questions. Shelby's a good friend and a moderator on here, so thank you, Wingo. That's definitely the biggest thing is her health. Um, well, Mimi times three. We asked the state because they denied us. I don't know. So, Sophia, I work. That's as far as it goes in the description of my work. I can't take a chance of anybody finding out where I work and causing me problems again. So, yeah, well, they didn't and they couldn't. So, but we'll be getting insurance through my job soon. So, it does, Tommy. I just haven't been there long enough to get it. Actually, no, every hospital doesn't have to offer it. Most hospitals try to keep that buried in the back, so they don't go over their budgets and stuff with stuff like that. So it will, Tommy. It'll still be a few more weeks, but then I'll be able to sign up for it, and then hopefully 30 days after I sign up, it kicks in. Okay, Karina. I think we have this conversation about every 10 or 15 minutes on here. I think it's cycled into that much. Papa. Angela smiles every time I say that, so it's worth it. Sounding stupid to make her smile. Almost 2 years we've lived in hotels. Only thing they want to offer is go to the marketplace and get an insurance plan off of that. And then when I'm not even surviving at this point. I can't afford to pay anything else. You know, so it's yes, it is. But if anybody can help with anything going towards the hotel room, guys, it'd be appreciated. Any help at all? Yep. Know that, Joey. Wish my daggum neck would pop. Anybody can help with anything going towards the hotel room, guys, it'd be appreciated. Anything at all. $5, $10, 15, 20, 9,273. All kind of numbers. That's off a commercial. I'm not asking anybody for $9,000. Uh, Tomorrow. You're happy to do what, Sophia? No, we don't, Joey. Yeah. It means to hold up a sign like we need help. Please help us, stuff like that on it. Shelby. I didn't know what that meant one time before. Somebody had to explain it to me. Sophie, the only thing I seen from you is after you come back in was I'm happy to do that. And I asked happy to do what, and then I seen the is my comment not showing. Could be getting filtered. If your comment's getting filtered, like change the E to a 3, A's to a an at symbol, S to a money sign. Usually that helps them come through. Or you can DM it to Shelby and she can rewrite it out. And directly, it's in the word directly. I seen the word directly. That's all I seen. I don't know. Like I said, change the E to a 3, change an A to an at sign, space the word in the middle or something. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say, so I don't know what word to tell you to. Excuse me. You could just DM it straight, whatever you're trying to say, straight to me, and it'll pop up at the top of my screen. Well, no, it won't because we're not friends yet on here, so I'll have to accept it. And I can't accept it till I'm off here. That's a bad idea. Well, I can follow you back. Sent you a follow request. It might work that way. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what you're trying to say. I just seen directly, so I'm not for sure. Okay, we got a can I the. Okay, so I'm guessing the word pay got filtered. Can you pay the hotel directly? Is what you're trying to ask. Um, Please don't take this the wrong way. I appreciate that offer. Um, I can't give out the location of where I'm at. If you don't know our back history, we have been forced out of several hotels because of people calling in from TikTok, the trolls and awareness groups calling in after they find out where we're at. I'm not saying you would do that. I'm just saying that I don't know you well enough to give my location out. Um, you know, I do appreciate the offer. Um, I can guarantee you would see a receipt if you help me, though. You know, I would obviously have the address and everything blocked out, but you could see this a receipt from a hotel for the amount that I'm saying that it is. So, but I hope you understand that. I'm not saying you would do anything wrong, anything bad, anything out of the way like that. I'm just saying for our safety, I can't do that. Hey, well, I appreciate that, but that's just something I can't. I can't and will not take that chance of anybody finding out where we're at. So, but, I mean, there's people that's been in here a long time before, a lot longer than you have, and they don't know where I'm at. Shelby's been following us for a year and a half now, and she has no clue where I'm at. Goldie, we're $10 closer. I think was we at 60 earlier when you was in here? We're still at 280. So I couldn't remember if we was at 50 or 60. So we're still 280 short. We're still 280 short. Let me clear that up. We've only got 60 of it. Yeah, I'm in the United States of America. That's and I'm in Tennessee, and that's as far as it goes. So and I get somebody, they just meeting me. They want to, that would be the way they would want to do it, but I just can't. I can't take that chance. It's just too risky. So yeah, but we're still $280 short. Uh, I'm gonna have to get out here in a few minutes and just take a step back and kind of breathe and process. And AJ, tomorrow's the checkout time. Um, Usually, if I have a pretty decent amount of it and I need to be a little bit later, um, they'll work with me if I show them, hey, I got X amount and I'm getting the other. But I don't know how much leeway they would give me with me only having 60 this time around. So we'll figure that out tomorrow. Unless an absolute miracle lands in my lap in between now and in the morning. Can't pay for a night. If I'm gonna pay for a night, I might as well just go ahead and go. Because I mean, I've got to have it figured out too. Because I've got to go. I got to go to work Tuesday. I don't know, Sophie. I don't know, Sophia, not Sophie. I don't have a clue. I mean, we've lived in the car before, but it's like with her health right now, there's You know, and we've had some miracles come through. We really have. We really have. So, but yeah. But if anybody out there can help, guys, it would be, dear Lord, it'd be a blessing, a miracle, a jump for joy type moment. Uh, we were both born and raised in Dyersburg, Tennessee. I don't let people in the box. It's something I don't normally do because I've had bad experiences with people getting in the box. I wished I could figure out a way just for it to be my picture and not having to use this screen without a filter because the filters don't work all the time and even if I got a filter behind me, it's been known for people to zoom in on my glasses to try to figure out where I'm at. Dixon, north of Nashville. AJ. Okay. Seems like I've wrestled there before. I don't know. I wish I'd have kept better track of my wrestling because I've been to places that I don't remember, and I remember places I don't know if I've been or not. If you come to Tennessee, go East Tennessee. It's very beautiful out in East Tennessee. If you come to West Tennessee, you're mainly going to see potholes and rack houses. In Nashville, 50-50 chance you don't come home with your car. Thank you for the heart me. Hey, we about reached that goal tonight, guys. Nowhere near the rose. But to heart me, we only need three more people to heart me. So I'm not sure where that's at there. CKA Grammy. But guys, if anybody can help us with anything at all going towards the hotel room, guys, we are so far off from having it. Uh, I did my fair share of traveling back when I was younger, and I'll be happy if I'm done with traveling. Thank you, Shelby. We got two more for that heart me. Um, they're on YouTube. You can look up Tim Edwards Wrestling. You should be able to find them that way. If you just put in Tim Edwards, um, you kind of just find this guy riding a horse, and it's not me. Or you get the bass player from Evanescence. It's not me either. Imagine, AJ. I've always heard the lives are similar. Guys, I'm going to get off here for a few minutes. I've got to. I just need to get off here for a few minutes, just to kind of reset. And so, if anybody can help us with anything at all, it would be appreciated. I've got to get off here for a few minutes, guys. I've got to be. I've got to just kind of reset myself, and I'll be back. So perfect time, I know. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off here for a few minutes, and then I'll be back on just a little while.